You jelly? What about peanut butter and jelly? Charles, thoughts on milk thistle as an effective liver cleanser? I am not qualified to answer that question. Remember, the 5th of November is your birthday. Yes, that's true. It's also Guy Fawkes Day, which is why I'm a revolutionary. Am I a Ron Paul fan? I'm a Ron Paul fanatic, sir. Vodka was born in Russia or Poland? Well, it depends on who conquered who. Onion soup or mushroom soup? Mushroom soup. Peanut butter and honey. Oh, God, no. No, no, no. That's a no-no. Don't you be mixing peanut butter and honey, sir. Ugh. You consume different things with peanut butter and honey. Now, peanut butter and jelly. What are the donkeys' names? Prince and Piper. Almond milk. Favorite Space Marine chapter? Finally, a question that wins the internet. God damn, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The Dark Angels. Mumble Rap or Orange Goblin? What do you think about the role of religion in life? It's something that gives people hope, guides them, and strength when they need it. It's a very useful mental crutch. Hulk Hogan or Macho Man Randy Savage? Those are some legends in fighting words, but oh yeah, I'm with Macho Man Randy Savage. He's my boy. Ever without a beard? I have been, and there are pictures on the internet to prove it. What's been your biggest challenge in life? Building IO Global. Oh my Lord. The same kind of music you do, just on much better speakers. Favorite villain of all time? Ooh, that's a hard one. Lately, it's been Thanos. Come on, that guy's awesome. How do I like my V-Lite device? I really do enjoy it. It does work. What's it like to be a billionaire? If you started from scratch with no contacts or money, how long would it take to make $1 million? It took me about 3 years from when I started my first cryptocurrency company to becoming a millionaire. And I was first a billionaire in 2017, very, very briefly. And markets collapsed and everything went to hell. But, I was doing okay. And then I became a billionaire again in 2021. It's a surreal experience because if you want to, you can live in a way where you're completely isolated from all of society. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to interact with anybody. You can just be the wizard behind the curtain, and you can be completely delusional into believing you're so special that you deserve that. Or if you want, you can just be integrated into society and go to work still and go to the restaurant still. And most people don't pay attention to you, know who you are. And so as a consequence, you just kind of fade in. You do lose touch with things. Like when you're a millionaire, you can go to the grocery store and you can fill up your whole shopping cart. You don't really care how much that costs. It was a really surreal experience for me because I used to have to budget with groceries and gas. Only $20 for gas today or something like that. And then you become a millionaire and you're like, well, I don't anymore. There you go. When you become a billionaire, you can just start doing some crazy stuff. Like you can say, okay, I'm just going to leave a $500 tip at this restaurant. Why not? You don't really think about it because actually it has no implication or impact on anything. And then you find yourself just hiring some people, not because necessarily you need them, because you just feel like I should create some jobs. I should take care of some people and so forth. It also gives you the ability to become a custodian of things you love. If you're worried, for example, that something historical is being broken or destroyed or lost, you can literally found a society just to preserve that record. You can save, ancient artifacts from being looted or destroyed by, ISIS, for example, things like that. So you can just do all kinds of things that you want to do. You get to meet people too. So, for example, just recently, I remember a long time, I used to watch The Biggest Loser. Jillian Michaels She was one of the people on The Biggest Loser. And I just said, oh, she's a cool gal, really smart, really good at what she does. Apparently she's an Ada fan and, was going toe to toe with Mark Cuban over Ada. Go figure. Justin Roiland has reached out to me from Rick and Morty. I watch Rick and Morty just like you guys do. And to have like the guy who does the voice of Rick and Morty reach out to you, say, hey, I'm an Ada fan. It's a surreal thing. You get to meet the musicians. And in many cases, if you want them to play, they can have a private party. So that's one of the superpowers you have when you get to B land instead of M land. And it's something that you have to be really careful to stay grounded with, because there's no one to say no to you at that point. And you have to be very self-disciplined at that point. Outside of that, you still wake up with pain. I have currently a gout attack today. It's got at my damn left ankle. You still have animals. You still have the regular things. Everything is exactly the same in that respect. And there's no moment when you wake up and you're just like, wow, everything's different. And now I'm a different human being. And I've achieved some form of great enlightenment. Reality is I haven't and never will, because no one ever does. Human beings were tribal creatures that are addicted to status and power and addicted to titles and things. We surround ourselves with all these things to justify ourselves and create hierarchies, artificial hierarchies. Why? Because they get you laid. They get you good food. They get you survival. It's built into our DNA, this human desire for status. And the most enlightened people are the people who find a way to escape that end desire for status, and they get away from it. And instead, they find higher pursuits in life to chase and do. And they also don't get addicted to laws. They don't get in love with this concept of permanence. They understand loss is a thing. One of the best things that ever happened to me was getting fired from Ethereum. First, because I don't think I'd ever get along with some of the people there, and we just have radically divergent ways of doing things. It's not a dig on them. It's just I do things the Charles way and they do things their way. And that's okay. Diversity is a good thing for society and results in a lot more innovation and creation when you enable that. But second, it taught me something, that even though you think you are something, it can be taken from you so quickly. Imagine if whatever job you're doing, you show up tomorrow and you find out that was the last day you got to do that job, and now you have to do something else. And that's that. I know a surgeon who developed Parkinson's, and he identified his whole identity as a surgeon. And then suddenly he develops a neurodegenerative condition and he can't operate anymore. So there was a final day. And he said, all right, for the good of the patients, even though I love this, I want to do this, this is my identity. Can't do it anymore. I have to let it go. So being able to move on, let go, understand that you're a custodian of things. You're judged in life for the things that you have and what you did with those things is a super important attribute. When you become a billionaire, you have the ability to influence a lot of people's lives and society as a whole. You can have laws changed. You can empower people to do great things. You also can destroy people. You can give people too much. It's a lot of power. And if you give some random person too much of it, they go crazy. Look how many people got destroyed from the lottery. So when all the scales get balanced, when you go and meet Anubis and see the great alligator, you believe in Egyptian mythology, and I try to mix it up from time to time. The great question will be, what did you do with what you were given? And who did you do it for? And if you can't give a good answer for that, no amount of prestige, title, money, or other things in the world is ever once going to save you. You're going to get devoured, and rightfully so. That's the lesson that I've learned. That, and Steve Miller's a pretty cool guy.